I'm just kidding with you. I know what you mean. I know a lot of it. We learn it from history books, and I've always been interested in him because I think he's so much fun and he's so brave, and he came from Italy and then he came all the way to China. At that, in that period of time, it's probably, it's quite a strange experience for him, but he's able to embrace it and love it and take it back. And even though everybody calls him a liar, he still tells the story. I think he's a great person. He must be a lot of fun to hang out with. Well, my role is Kokachin, which is the blue princess of the yacht tribe, and eventually become Marco Polo's love interest. And then we have a romantic story together. Yeah. Yeah, well, in history, yes. Kokachin is a historical figure. Mm-hmm. And then she is... So Marco Polo, the last assignment from Kublai Khan was to send Kokachin to Persia to marry to the Persian king. And that's when they fall in love in the history. Mm-hmm. And that was really sad because he has to send somebody he loved, the woman of, love of his life, to marry to another man, which is probably having, more power than he is. That's why he cannot fight against it. I think that sucks. But, well, in our story, it's slightly different from history. We're still love interest for each other, but how we met and in the beginning and how the story goes is slightly different from the history. Kokachin is a princess, and I mean, if you watch the first and second episode, you will see I have a eunuch, Zabin, and who tells, Marco Polo, like, she's not going to marry some merchant from Italy, or, she's not going to marry some Latin merchant because she's a princess. And in that, it's very sad in that period of time, all princes, the princess, they've got a function, almost like a function. Sometimes they marry them to the foreign country and to be able to collaborate with the foreign country. I didn't have a lot of fighting scenes. The fighting scenes you see was not me, but I did have riding scenes, and I did training of riding and archery 2 months in advance before we start shooting. There's a lot of scenes that I was riding the horses myself. There's also scenes that there's a stunt double who rides the horse. For example, in Kazakhstan, because they don't want me to ride so fast because they don't want me to injure myself before we start shooting anything. Well, I officially got involved in the project, I think it's late February. And then I arrived in Malaysia 2 months in advance, and every day our schedule was like 7:30 pickup, 2 hours of physical training, 2 hours of dialogue training, lunch break, 2 hours of horseback riding, and 1 hour archery, and it was like that for 2 months. And then we start filming afterwards, and then we filmed for like 4 or 5 months afterwards.
Has he really existed?
You mean between me and Lorenzo?
No.
Okay.
Not the love story. No,
Okay.
Kokachin.
Oh, he has a girlfriend.
No.
I'm just kidding with you. I know what you mean.